Hello, everybody. I'm Shannon.
And I'm Jerry.
Betty White is hanging out with us, and we are back for episode 109 of the Arner Adventures podcast.
Incredible.
It's incredible.
That's all I can say. We hope your year is still going along well. No pressure to meet anyone's expectations. Just maneuvering through the first month of the year with simplicity.
Speaking of simplicity, we're going to be talking about easy ways to simplify your home, which inevitably uncomplicates life, right? But
Hmm.
before we get into the conversation today, please, please, please leave us a 5-star review or rating on the platform you're listening to us on or watching us on if you're on YouTube. Well, you can't leave a 5-star rating there, but if you could hit the subscribe button, maybe give us a thumbs up, we would really appreciate
Oh, yeah. 5 stars, y'all. Yeah, it helps us out when you do that. It also helps out your fellow friends to get our content served up to those who may enjoy topics like the ones we talk about.
Yes, it does. And we're running on a theme this month. If you're watching YouTube, you may think that the theme is that Shannon doesn't wash her hair month. But I do wash my hair. I just, in the month of January, I am sort of in my DGAF era. I don't give a F era. But
Oh,
here's the thing,
yeah.
I do GAF, but I like to pretend I don't. So, but if you're not on YouTube, you have no idea what I'm talking about. Just know that my hair looks great, but know that I do wash my hair. But our theme this month is decluttering, simplifying, and minimalistic topics. And today is no different.
No different at all, huh? No different. That's right. Seems like the perfect time of year to reset and put some good habits into place.
It really is a good time. So, we have our hot chocolate in hand, and you can grab something cozy, whether you're in a dry January or you're not. No reason that you cannot get a cozy beverage of choice. We are going to be sharing a few ways that you can easily implement some habits to simplify things in your home a bit. And with that, again, things just become less complicated.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and get to it. The first thing we recommend doing is to tidy up first thing in the morning or right before bed, whichever works best for you. I think, well, I don't know. I think I do a balance of each.
Uh huh.
Uh, the process helps to start the next day on the right foot.
Yeah. Or the day
Yeah.
of.
Or
So,
the day of. Well, if you do it at night, then your work is
right.
easier in the morning.
A really good idea is to set a timer for 30 minutes and work within that time. Wash up the dishes, sweep, put up the laundry, get your home things in order. If you're a night person with tidying up, get the items ready for the next day, like your clothes, your bags, all you need to get out the door. So for me, I'm a little bit of both.
Hmm.
I like
Me too.
to, since I work from home too, I definitely in the mornings have 30 minutes that I get everything sort of tidied up because if it's not, I can't hardly work. But at night, I like to set out my clothes and I like to get Betty's, like it's cold right now. So I get Betty's coat, her sweater, her leash, all
Hmm.
this stuff in order because when I get up, I don't like to think too much. I just want to be able to grab it and take her for her walk and come back and tidy up.
Yeah, it really helps where you can work with less mental clutter in your day.
Right. It's all about that mental clutter.
Hmm.
Well, the second thing is the two box method or two bin method, whatever you want to call it. But in your home, create a station or an area that has two boxes, two bins, whatever. One is donate, one is sell. So you know that we all love decluttering, but you often run across things in your daily life that you know you don't want or you're not going to keep it. Maybe some things trickle in, somebody gave you something, I don't know, something arrived in the mail, whatever it is, go ahead and make the decision right then. So you know you don't need it if you grab it. Like let's just say you're going through and you want to grab a hoodie, right? And you grab the hoodie and you're like, "Ah, I haven't worn this yellow spotted, black spotted hoodie." I don't know. I'm just trying to make up something hideous, but let's just say that you grab it and you're like, I don't even want this. Most people are just going to throw it back up wherever they got it and then grab another one. Right then, take it to one of those bins because you've already created the station, right? And put it in the donate or the sell. And then once a week, donate the items in the donate bin. And once a week, sell or list the items on a resale website that are in the sell bin. Just do it. So it's immediate. Grab it, it goes in donate or it goes
Mhm.
into sell. Get it done.
Yeah, because most of the time, if you haven't worn it in a year and you think, "Oh, yeah, I'll wear it," if you hadn't worn it in a year, you're probably even if you force yourself to wear it that day, you probably won't wear it for another year. So yes, it might as well go to the back of the house into one of those bins.
And I'm thinking too, let's just say you go to I don't know, some kind of you're in a meeting and there's a salesperson in there and they hand you, I don't know, a plastic cup or, something, a button, a pin, whatever. And you come home and you've got your work bag and you walk in and you put your bag down and you see that junk that the person gave you and you're like, ugh. But you just sit it there. No, no, no. Go ahead right then. Go take it to the donate. And let me tell you something, you're not selling that. So go ahead and put it in the donate bin and go ahead and, let's just take care of it right now.
Yeah, put it in there with the 23 drink huggies that are sitting there already.
That's right.
I love this one. One in, one out rule. Every time you bring in something new, let go of something old.
Yeah.
It helps you maintain balance and prevents clutter from piling up. This habit will help you second guess the things you purchase, and you'll begin to ask yourself, if I'm buying this, I have to get rid of something. And so then you might think twice about buying a new thing. If you
Hmm.
doubt it, then maybe you don't need to buy it.
That's right. So many of us, because I think we used to be like this,
Mhm.
is just like, oh, I want it. I'm just going to go ahead and get it. But if you are in the mindset of going, is this worth buying if I have to get rid of something? Maybe not, you know?
Right.
So I think
Hmm.
I think most people are just in the habit of or they can't find something, so they just go ahead and buy another one.
Yeah.
No, if you have that rule one in, one out, you got to go ahead and go find that thing. Oh, and by the way, the one in, one out rule is right when you bring the thing in. So let's say you can't find, I don't know, a watch, okay?
Hmm.
But you know it's in your house. Like it's you just don't want to go through the whatever you got to go through. And you go, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get a new watch. When you come back, the one out rule isn't, well, when I find it this year. No, it's one out right then. So it'll
Right
help
then.
you to just be like, oh, let me go and find that watch. Or let me go and find the AA batteries because I know they're in that
Hmm.
bin or
Yeah.
whatever the situation is.
But honestly, if they're following our methods, they'll know where everything is anyway.
You're so right, Jer.
That's right.
Oh. So the fourth tip is a weekly digital detox,
Oh man, do I need that.
right?
Hmm.
Now, we talk about this a lot in our declutter challenge and our declutter 365, but especially you work from home folks. Don't forget the virtual clutter. So, organize your digital life by cleaning up your emails, deleting unused apps, organizing digital files on your laptop. I have a reminder on my Google Calendar every Friday at the end of the week, end of that day, to take a half hour and to do that. So it's usually going in my downloads and deleting them. It's putting items on my Google Drive in the folders they need to go in. I have my Rocketbook. I'm usually scanning the pages in my Rocketbook so that they'll go to the drive, and I have all my meeting notes from that week, clean my Rocketbook. And it's also grabbing my phone and deleting the files on there that I don't need anymore from the week. And then it's putting the phone away, and then we try to have a weekend of no phone, but definitely on Sundays. But
Hmm.
if you do a weekly digital detox and digital cleanup, it just simplifies everything. And when you get rid of that digital clutter, it also helps you have the mental clutter gone. And then it helps to simplify your home environment.
Yes, yeah, indeed it does. Yeah, my phone actually about once a week says, "Jer, you haven't used this app in a while. Do you want to get rid of it?" You have that thing that comes up?
I do.
Yeah. So then
I
I
do.
get rid of the app.
Hmm.
Um, Not all of them usually, but
But I love that.
yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The fifth is a capsule concept, similar to a capsule wardrobe that we've spoken about. The
Uh huh.
rule is simple. Keep only the essentials and those items that bring you genuine joy and that serve dual purposes. This can be clothing, it can be furniture and items with multiple functions. A storage ottoman, for example, can serve as both a coffee table and a place to stash blankets. We have a bar that is a place where we also dine.
Right.
Yeah,
You know what we also do there? Sometimes we journal in the mornings
we
there.
do. And
Sometimes we do our financial planning meeting there.
yeah. And there's a little jar on the shelf underneath.
Ah,
Then we put a what was the best thing to happen to you that week.
hmm,
We fold it up and we drop it in there.
that's right. So
Hmm.
that on January 1st, the next year,
Uh huh.
we pull them all out and read them.
And that was fun this
It
year. We did on
was.
Jan. It was the coolest thing. We were like, oh, that I remember that.
Yeah.
All those stuff from earlier in the year you'd forgotten. So that was a good time.
Speaking of capsule concept, don't forget the room we're in right now.
Mm.
It's a podcast recording studio, an office, a guest room,
Hmm.
and Betty White's playroom. Right?
I didn't even consider all these things till this moment.
Really?
I know I do all of them here, but I never thought it's a four-purpose
Yeah.
dual, not dual, but quadruple dual
Quadruple use.
use room.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah, you don't think about these things, but it is, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, so
Hmm.
so like Jerry said, the cat similar to the capsule wardrobe. So if you're not familiar with the capsule wardrobe, it's having items in your wardrobe in your closet that can be usually there's staple items. Sometimes there's a couple statement items, but you can circulate them into different outfits. So dual purpose, you know,
Hmm.
multi-purpose, we should say. Uh, and that's what we're talking about is in your home. So when you have things that serve multi multiple purposes, it simplifies things. You have less stuff, but it just also simplifies things. And that's what we're talking about here.
That's what we're talking about. I love this simple stuff. Simple episode for simplifying your home, right?
That's right.
Hmm.
And some tips before you leave is to remember that setting boundaries, carving out the time that you're going to dedicate to your own simplicity is the first place to start. And I'll tell you, it's also probably the hardest is setting those boundaries. It's like, you know, for me, I those 30 minutes in the morning that I'm tidying up, I have to set boundaries. I'm not going to let anything interrupt that. I'm not going to turn my phone on. I'm not going to look at my work emails yet. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to do that because I know it's going to set me up for the day. My morning walks,
Hmm.
all these different things in your life that you know is going to create simplicity for you. A lot of it is setting boundaries to make sure that they happen.
Yeah, and do it now. Something needs to be done in your home. Just do it like the shoe company used to say, or I think they still do. Just do it. Why wait to tidy up or clean something that makes things a little better in your home?
It's
Hmm.
like when you put things off and you're like, what's that procrastinating?
Yeah.
You're just gonna procrastinate it. Gosh, you start creating that mental clutter and that
Hmm.
stress, and nobody wants that.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
No,
No, not us. Not anybody. Mm-mm.
no, just do it. Just eat the frog
Yeah.
and just do it. Just
Yeah.
get it done.
Hmm.
And if you want a place to start with your decluttering, mental, physical, and digital clutter,
Hmm.
head over to arnerventures.com. We have all these links in the show notes, and you can grab our Declutter 365 challenge. It's not too late. You can start any time of the year, but we just love January to start. But
Yeah.
it's one step, one task, one day at a time to declutter your life.
That's right. That's right. And I'm always thinking about how do I find common ground with my fellow people, my humans, and I think cluttering is one thing that clutter and then decluttering is one thing we all kind of come together on to agree on. So,
Yeah,
yeah, this is a good a common ground for all of us.
I
We all
agree.
like to declutter. I don't
Yeah,
know if you like the process, but we don't like the clutter. So
I
you,
love the process.
I do too. I do too. I love decluttering. Yeah. So we also have our free 30-day declutter challenge if you want to jumpstart on the decluttering process, whatever strikes y'all's fancy.
That's right.
Hmm.